It's Josh Ramonde from here for Boss US, showing you the new ME80 here for Tom Lee Music. So the ME80 now keeps the same knob-based user-friendly interface from the previous model. So it's sort of like old school Boss pedals. It's nice and immediate. You reach down, turn a knob, and it changes. Instant gratification to change your tone. So that's important that we kept that. Secondly, here the row of foot switches in the same amount of real estate. We used to just have 4 foot switches. We now have 8 foot switches, and in 2 different modes there. So in memory mode, where we change everything with one hit of a button, we have 4 patches along the front, dedicated bank up and down button here, a control pedal that's inherited from the GT series, so that can be anything you want. You can assign that to switch on any effect or multiple effects on and off per patch, and then in the next patch completely change its assignment to be something else. So super flexibility with that. This last foot switch, if you press that, will flick into manual mode, which gives us in manual mode 7 individual Boss pedals just to switch on and off. Okay, so for that old school guy that doesn't want to learn how to program, just wants to replace his Boss pedals, that mode's for him or her. So, and also lastly is the expression pedal here, and it does wah, volume, pitch shifting, all that stuff you'd expect, but also now the freeze function as well, which is kind of like a piano sustain pedal. Play a chord, push it forward, it sustains the chord for you while you play over the top forever and ever and ever, and then you pull back and then it turns off the chord. So that's a really nifty function. We have the brand new amp simulators, oh not brand new, but they are the flagship amp simulators from the GT100 in there now, which just sound great, and I'll show you an example of those in a moment. They sound fantastic. So they're all updated. 2 multi-effects sections. So as well as having a delay section, modulation section, distortion pedals, in the EQ section here you have a second delay and a second modulation section. So you can run 2 different delays, you can start to stack effects. That's great flexibility there. Solid metal construction, of course, bolt in the side of the expression pedal, made to be stomped on. And at the back here now, importantly, we have USB, which can be used for the obvious thing, audio in and out to your PC or Mac and your favourite digital audio workstation software. But also, now, the new editor software, Boss Tone Studio. And what that gives us live is an update of what's going on the ME80. So if you change any knobs on the ME80, live update here. If you change anything here, it live updates in the ME80. So it's speaking bi-directional in real time. You can see the chain of effects and what's on up the top there. Your patch list down the side here. And there's also a second edit screen here where you can drag around. It's kind of fun. You can drag around the knobs from the ME straight from the screen. Now, if you're not interested in programming, you don't want to learn how to program, you just want some great tones, we now have the brand new BossToneCentral.com website. You can download patches from such artists as Gus G, Marty Friedman, lots of famous artists, and some not so famous artists as well, or might be on there somewhere. So we can click through to those, and I'll show you those patches in a moment that I have up here. And there's a little demo video there. Load up, there, demo video, some sound clips, and a description of all the patches for me that I'm about to play, so you can hear and download any of the patches that you like. So I've got a sound-alike medley here that you can hear, just a cross-section of sounds. There's about 16 different sounds. And you're going to hear it direct line. There's no guitar amp here. It's straight into the recording device, because I think that's an important message, a very important message, because the guitar amp can sound like a guitar amp fairly easily. Like, it's hard to make it sound not like a guitar amp. It's very difficult to make this, the PA here, sound like a guitar amp. So that's where you'll hear the tone under the microscope. So that's why I've done this demo. Importantly, this is a Strat. It's a modelling Strat, but I've taken the batteries out. I'm not using the modelling at all. It's just 3 single coils. So if you hear humbucker-like tones, which you will, they're all from these. And the pickup converter on board, there's a single coil to humbucker pickup converter on board in there, which is just really powerful. So it's a plain vanilla Strat. Also notice it's a stop tailpiece, and that will be explained as we go along. So let's start the medley. Shut up and play the guitar, said Frank Zappa. Let's go.
movement that we have left.
Not what your country can do.
Thank you very much. That's the ME80 from Boss.